This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 3775 Ashwood Avenue, Los Angeles, California, 90066. Today is October 28th, 2021. We're performing a video waste and sewer line inspection through a 3-inch ABS waste line cleanout located at the rear of the property, just to the right of the slider door, just outside the master bathroom. This is our backyard area here. And this goes around towards our slider door. And again, this is our ABS cleanout. We're going to go ahead and zero out our monitor here. Push in a little bit. We're going to zero out right here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. Make a few turns, and we're dropping down into our black ABS waste line. We've got a little bit of water running, so I'm just going to utilize that water to help us push out. And what we'll do is we'll just continue to push out, and again get all the way out towards the front of our property, and possibly locate a mainline sewer clean out at the front of the property. But again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. Make a few turns. Again, there's another tie-in there. So again, we'll continue to push out. And when we pull back, we could take a really good look at the black ABS waistline. Black ABS waistline does appear to be that it possibly had been hydrojetted or snaked. You can see quite a bit of the swirl marks there in the black ABS. So again, we're going to continue to push out. We'll make a little bit of a turn. What we're going to do is we're going to pause here. We're going to locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and we are out in the front yard area. So what we're going to do is we're just going to continue to push out. We did transition into our black ABS sewer line. So again, we're just going to continue to push out with the attempt to push all the way out to our city sewer tie-in. So what we'll do is we'll just pause our mic here. We're going to, just to see if we can get all the way out. It's a little difficult. We're pushing over the top of a plant. Again, we continue to push out. I'm going to drop down. And again, once we're transitioning to what appears to be vitreous clay, and we'll pause here for a moment. I'm going to run a little bit of water. So again, we went ahead and turned some water on in the master bathroom, and what we're going to do as soon as the water starts coming, we're just going to continue to push out. And again, what we're going to do is we're going to attempt to push all the way out into our city sewer tie-in, and then from there we can shut the water down, pull back, and we can mark these areas. It does appear that we do have what appears to be a root intrusion there in front of us, but again, we're going to utilize this water to help us push out. We're just going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and attempted to push past this point, but unfortunately with the overall length and the amount of turns that we had, we just made a big drop. We weren't able to get past this point. And again, we ran the bathtub and several sinks in order to get a lot of volume of water, but we're unable to get past this point. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment and let the water run down. And then what we'll do is we'll pull back and locate an area possibly at the front of the house where there is a mainline sewer clean out, or possibly where one can be installed. So again, we're just going to pause here. Okay, again, as we mentioned, we did shut the water down, and as you can see there in front of us, it does appear that we do have a fairly large root intrusion in that area. So what we're going to do, that's right around our sidewalk area. Again, we attempted to push out further, but unfortunately we're unable to get past this point. We did run quite a bit of water to help us push out, but just to do the amount of turns, and we did make a couple 45 degrees in a drop. So with that, we're unable to push past this point. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull back. We're going to locate an area possibly at the front of the house where we do have a mainline sewer cleanout. So as you can see, we're transitioning back into black ABS sewer pipe, and that's a 145 there. And then as we pull back and come up, and there's another 45-degree turn here. And so we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. We're just going to pull back slowly. As you can see in this area here, it does appear that we do have an offset in the black ABS sewer pipe, and that's right around the 9 o'clock area, going all the way around to about the 3 o'clock area. And we'll just push out a little bit more towards it right here, pull back, and then right in this area right here, as you can see that you can see the full face of the pipe. It did shift quite a bit in that area. So again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. Pull back, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. Make a little bit of a turn, and those joints appear to be in fair condition, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. And again, we're going to pull back to approximately 45 feet, and then what we'll do is we'll pause there and locate that area. So we're just going to pull back slowly. Got a little bit of water running there. So pull back a little bit more. And we're going to continue to pull back, and we're just going to push in just a little bit. And as you can see, it does appear right there, right around the 12 o'clock area, there's an opening. So we're just going to push in a little bit more. A little bit more, and we're going to pause right here for a moment. We're going to locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and it is at approximately 44 feet 10 inches on the camera monitor, and it is just to the right of the front door in the plant area. It was buried underneath the soil, and again, as you can see there in that area, you can see the opening very slightly there right at the top there. There's two joints. There's the two joints there, and it's just in between those two joints there is what appears to be a 3-inch mainline sewer clean out. And again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. All the black ABS waistline all appeared to be in fair condition. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. So again, we continue to pull back. And again, there's a tie-in there. We'll continue to pull back. And again, as I mentioned, all the black ABS waistline all appeared to be in fair condition. No visible signs of any breaks or any major offsets. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull back from here, and we're going to relocate ourselves to the front. Again, to the right-hand side of the front door. In the plant area, we do have a 3-inch ABS mainline sewer clean out in that area. So we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back and pull up and out of our clean out. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment and relocate ourselves. Okay, we went ahead and relocated ourselves to the front of the house. And again, this is just to the right-hand side of the front door in the planter area. We do have a 3-inch ABS clean out. It was buried in the soil here. As you can see, there's our cap. There's our clean out there. This is the front of the house. It's the front door. This goes around the front of the house here. And again, it's just to the right of the front door in the plant area, just underneath a little a tree here. So we went ahead and zeroed out our camera monitor here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and drop down and run our sewer inspection. This way we're a little bit closer towards the front of the house. And again, we possibly can get past that area of the vitreous clay that we were getting stuck at before. So this is going to help us quite a bit to get past that point. So we were able to see all this area here. We went through all this area here. We did have an offset in the black ABS sewer pipe as we push out. We did have an offset and we'll just get to that point. What we'll do is as we pull back, we'll pull back and mark this area. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. We made a drop, and again, we get past that point, and as you can see, we do have heavy root intrusion in that area. But again, we're just going to continue to push out, and again, possibly push all the way out into our city sewer tie-in. And then from there, we'll pull back and take a good look. We'll make a little bit of a turn, and we drop down into our city sewer tie-in. I'm just going to rinse our camera lens off here, then we pull back. And as you can see, this is our city sewer tie-in. Okay, again, as I mentioned, we pushed all the way out into our city sewer tie-in. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back, and we'll just take a good look at our vitreous clay. A little bit of an offset in the saddle area there, but nothing major. And we do have a fairly large offset in that joint there. And again, this is in our street area here. A little bit of slag overpour, concrete overpour in that joint. So again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And that offset there was just right in the middle of the street. That joint appeared to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint appears to be in fair condition. We do have what appears to be a root intrusion in this area, as well as a fairly large crack. As you can see here, you can see around the top, from about the 9 o'clock going all the way around to about the 4 o'clock area, we do have a crack with a root intrusion. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment, and we're going to locate this area. So we'll just pause here. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and it's just in the street, just to, as you're facing the house, just to the left of the walkway in the street, and we did mark it on the curb at 6 foot 8 inches deep with the red crayon. So again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. Again, as we pull back, we do have a fairly large offset in this joint here. As you can see, fairly large offset, and that's going to be just in the parkway. So again, we're just going to, what we'll do is we'll locate that area as well. So we'll pause here for a moment. Okay, we want to go ahead and locate this area just in the parkway just next to the curb at 5 foot 8 inches deep. And again, you can see that we do have a fairly large shift in that joint there from about the 9 o'clock going all the way around to about the 3 o'clock area. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And another offset in this joint as well. And again, it does appear that we do have another crack in this joint as well. You can see the roots coming through the crack. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and mark this area as well. So we'll pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and marked this area at 5 foot 8 inches deep. And again, this is pulling back towards the property, and we're still just at the edge of the parkway and the sidewalk area. So again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And again, you can see that we do have a root intrusion in that joint with some crack roots coming through that crack. And then as we pull back, we do have a fairly large root intrusion in this joint here. And again, we're gonna pause here for a moment and mark this area. So we'll pause here. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and it is on the sidewalk. We did mark it with a red crayon at 5 foot 6 inches deep. So again, as you can see, a fairly large root intrusion in that joint there. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. Now as we pull back, we transition into black ABS sewer pipe. And so we're going to continue to pull back. And as we pull back in the black ABS sewer pipe, we did notice that we did have a large offset, and this is our offset here. So we're going to pause here for a moment and locate this area. So we'll pause here. Okay, again, we went ahead and located this area. And again, as I mentioned, it is just to the left of the walkway as you approach the house in the grass. We did mark it with an orange flag at 4 foot 5 inches deep. And again, this area here, as you can see, that we do have a fairly large offset in the black ABS sewer pipe. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And as we pull back, it does appear to be long lengths of black ABS sewer pipe. This is approximately 20 feet between that joint, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. And again, we continue to pull back, and we make a little bit of a turn. And a little bit of an offset in that joint there. A little bit of a gap, should I say. It just wasn't properly seated, but again, not a big deal. We're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. Does appear a little bit of a flat area there, approximately a 3 foot area of just flat. And we're pulling up and out of our clean out, and that will conclude our video waste and sewer line inspection.